Like I said, I'm more of a thinker than a feeler. You might be more of a feeler, and I respect that. But you can do both. I have to learn to feel a little more, be a little more emotional. You might have to learn to be a little more logical. That logical approach is powerful, especially when it's combined with the emotional. Take those two, you have two levers that can lift any obstacle. Emotion, logic. Logic is the tool, emotion is the motivation. Logic is the tool, emotion gives you the courage and the heart to do it, gives you the passion to lift that thing up. I'll tell you, life in the ashes in society will rob you. It'll usually give you one and not both. If you're emotional, it'll let you have that emotion, but if you're too combine it with a little logic, it will start to drag you down. I don't know why. If you're logical, vice versa. You gotta get both going. Precision. Precision's the logic. Emotion brings the passion. Passion and precision. What can't you do? What can't you do? I think it's Elon Musk, the billionaire, started PayPal and Tesla and he's putting humans on the moon, Mars now. Actually, it wasn't him, sorry, it was Steve Jobs, Apple. Steve Jobs said in one of his final speeches before he died of cancer, he said, as you grow older, you will discover this whole world built by people not really smarter than you. A few things. Nuclear fission or fusion or power, maybe that's people, but for the most part, it's just people who had the passion and had the precision to rebuild out of the ashes. So, I hope today, if you felt lost, if you felt sad, if you felt depressed, you'll remember that quote that got me off my couch. When you fail, you ponder, and all greatness comes out of ponder. All reinvention, all creation, all rebuilding comes out of the ashes, the failure. Now, I don't suggest you fail on purpose. In fact, resolve to fail less. Make this today that big crossroads event where it's like, boom, can't get worse than this. And it might not be in all four areas. You might be doing well in 1, 2, or 3. Promise you. There's one that's weak. Almost everybody I meet, unless you're like my first mentor, which I don't meet people like that for a decade. I would guess you're like me, and we have our one weakness area. Maybe it's your health. Your body just can't keep in shape. Make that your mission to fix. Make that your mission to fix. You must use your force of will to fix your weakest part. Now, you don't necessarily want to build your career on your weakest part. You want to build your career, like Peter Drucker says, on your strengths. But I'm talking about to round out and get rid of feeling lost, sad, and depressed. That usually comes because your brain recognizes, and you can't fix this, that something's wrong. That's what depression is for the most part. There's different versions, but for most of us that don't suffer with severe depression, but gloominess and cloudy brain and lack of happiness, it comes from your brain going, something's not right. You know, you look in the mirror, you feel a little sad and depressed, your body's telling you. We have what's called a DNA imperative. Our DNA from tens of thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, the memories and the whispers of your parents and your grandparents and your great-great-great-great-grandparents passed on to you through the DNA. Child to child to child to child, parent to child to parent to child, on and on and on. This cycle goes and it whispers into our ear and it says, you gotta fix this. You can't be so alone. You can't be so broke. You can't be so out of shape. You can't be so sad and depressed. Fix it, fix it, fix it. That's what you have to hear. That's the voice you hear. When you hear that voice, fix it, fix it, fix it. And then you do, and you do it with precision and passion. Precision is the tool. You read books, you get mentors, you go to conferences, you invest, you go to seminars, you begin to ask the wisest people, you watch YouTube videos of smart people, you surround yourself with people 10, 20 years more knowledge than you have. That creates the precision, the skill, but at the same time, you never forget And that's where the passion comes from. The wealthiest people I know, they can point to a time when they were broke. And they never forget that. And they go, I ain't never going back there. And that passion is the fuel, is the motivation that keeps them doing the precision logic stuff. It's the emotion that fuels the logic. Man, just trust me. Power comes. P, here's a formula for it. Power equals precision times passion. And another word for precision is logic. Another word for passion is emotion. Logic times emotion. That's your power. That's your power to rebuild. That's your power to get what you want. Everybody wants. If you see my TEDx talk, 5-6 million people watched it. Everybody wants, but not everybody gets. Some people stay in the ashes. They can never quite get it together, but you're different. You've heard now. You've heard this. And you now understand, I hope, that it's a good thing that the ashes are there. Because now you rebuild, like Alan Nation said, in the image that you have for yourself. Maybe that image is an image where you work for yourself. You travel the world. Maybe it's an image where you have a big family, 5-10 kids. I lived with the Amish for 2.5 years. That was their vision. Maybe you have a vision where you become a professional athlete, fitness at the highest level. Maybe you find one where you run a charity and you focus on fixing people, situations that's horrible. You do social work, you do charitable work, you are a happiness ambassador to the world. Maybe you combine two. Maybe you have one I can't even think of right now. You know? Maybe you focus on kids, parenting. I do recommend you find one for yourself, even if it's kids, even if it's charity. Find some vision and purpose and precise power that's emanating deep from within you. Like I said, kids are good, helping others are good, but you need it's like a power station, you know. You need that power inside and it radiates out the heat. That's, others can tap into that. You gotta have it burning within you. And yeah, I know it's not easy. Trust me. Process of reinvention, something I've had to do a few times. It's never fun in the moment. But faith is seeing what others can't see yet. See your future before anyone else does. You know? Send me an email if this helps you. Ty Lopez. And we'll keep talking about this, but wish you a good day. By the way, don't procrastinate on it. Pull out a notebook right now. Write out a few things. Write out a few things. What your world would look like if you could rebuild it exactly in your dream, you know, in your dream image. What would your life look like? What would your health, wealth, love, and happiness look like? Pin it to a board. You don't have to let anybody else see it if you don't want. You can share it if you want, but make sure you write it down for yourself. Talk to you later.